brand registry in Australia, I think, is now more than any time previously very, very worthwhile getting, because a couple of interesting things have happened with brand registry in the past 3 months. Thing number one, brand registry has now got a dedicated native English speaking support desk that's located in Australia. So if you are brand registered, you can get access to folks in, I don't know where the hell they are, but somewhere in Australia, who will help you at a much, much higher level than standard sellers on Amazon get access to. So that in and of itself, I think, is a very, very good reason to become brand registered. But it doesn't stop there. You've also now got as well, so that's a very recent thing, Amazon support, dedicated support for brand registry. That's like in the past month that's been done. But about 3 months ago, give or take, they also introduced something called brand analytics. And brand analytics is very, very, very cool. If you've got brand registry and access therefore to brand analytics, you can dump every single piece of software like Merchant Words, Jungle Scout, Unicorn Smasher, eGrow, Helium 10, whatever it might be. You can dump all of those because you get access to Amazon's actual data, not educated guesses that all these other companies have to do, but their actual data, sales data, and search data. You get access to all that, which is super, super cool. So that in and of itself, those two things, I think, are sufficient reason now to really, really go after getting brand registered as soon as you can, because you get access to those two things. You also get, as well, as a result of brand registry, you get access to a much higher level of protection for your Amazon listing from nefarious hijackers. So, but I'll explain what I mean in a second. But you do not get any additional protection from people who just hijack your listing. So, quick little bit of terminology here. Here's a great product, which I think is awesome. Monkey Farts. That's just a brilliant idea. So right now, Monkey Farts is the only person selling this product. So there's one new from $11.95, and that is this company here, Candlecopia, who are selling it. But if you can come along, look, have one to sell, you can come along, and Amazon encourages you to sell this product too. Now, if I started selling this product too, I would be, as far as most sellers are concerned, hijacking the product. But I'm not. All I'm doing is I'm also selling this product too. And that's because Amazon encourages multiple sellers to sell the same product, so there's always stock in the store, so the customers get the best price, yada, yada, yada. So there's that. So Amazon Brand Registry doesn't discourage that. However, the thing that most of us as sellers worry about is nefarious hijackers who will come along and start selling the product, but they don't actually have any stock and they're just there to rip off customers, or they're selling an inferior product oftentimes, and in doing so, they ruin the listing for the legitimate seller. So brand registry gives you the ability to get them off your listing much, much faster. Again, you cannot kick people off. Well, you can, but as far as Amazon's concerned, it's not interested in helping you kick off legitimate sellers of your product. Doesn't care about that. But if somebody's nefarious, they want to get them off there as quick as possible. So that's kind of cool too. So that brand registry also gives that. How do you get brand registry, I hear you ask? Pretty simple. You go to IP Australia here in Oz. Let's just go to IP Australia. Go to IP Australia. Now this process currently takes at least 7 months to get a trademark, and to become brand registered you must have a trademark that's been registered. You can't just send in your application for a mark. They won't give you brand registry unless your mark has been approved, your trademark has been approved, okay? So it takes 7 months, so it's worthwhile doing now in readiness. And what I always do, here's a great little tip for you, just get your brand name trademarked. So the word itself. So if your word is monkey nuts or monkey farts, for instance, that's your brand name. Well, then you'd get the word monkey farts trademarked within that specific category relevant to the actual products you're selling. That way, any new products you bring to market, you'll also be able to put those into brand registry as well. So that's kind of cool. You'll be able to do that, no worries at all, okay? How much does a trademark cost is a typical question I get asked. And depending on what you're applying for, in what category, blah, 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 blah. Typically, your mark is going to cost you 250 to 350 Aussie, and that's plus GST, of course. So 250 to 350 Australian dollars plus GST to get your mark. So it's actually well worth doing for your brand name. And for a long time, I didn't think it was really worth it until you hit a certain point. But because they've now introduced these additional things, it makes it a bit of a no-brainer, in my opinion, to get it done. So that's what you would do. That's where you get it done. You can get a lawyer to do it for you, but it's actually pretty easy to do, you know. I shouldn't really say that, but it actually is pretty easy to do. The hardest part is doing your trademark search. That's your hardest part, searching for your trademarks. So you just want to make sure that nobody else has got your trademarked thing searched for, okay? So monkey farts, for instance. Let's just check that. See what anybody's got. So that's been registered. Look, it's up for renewal. So you get 10 years. Julia Muschett and monkey farts is what she's got, and she's registered here. Look, so it's basically for all those goods. So Julia has registered it in Australia. So good job to them. They've done a good thing. That's great. They've probably got the same thing in the USA as well. Okay. Hope that helps. If you are selling overseas, so here's where it gets kind of interesting. And again, I'm not a patent or trademark attorney. This is just based on my own experiences. Here's where it gets interesting. Depending on the country you're selling into, so I am registered and domiciled. My business is registered and domiciled in Australia. But I sell right around the world, okay? And my marks, I want to, of course, only get registered in the countries where I need to get registered. So some Amazon marketplaces will accept your Australian trademark to go and sell in those countries. Some do, and some don't. Amazon.com more and more does not. So if you're wanting to sell on Amazon.com, you will need to have a US trademark for your product, US based trademark. But we just started selling in Europe with an Aussie one, and we got brand registered for that. So Amazon is a bit of a bitch because she's fickle, because she will not play nicely across the different marketplaces, and she's got different things that she wants to do in each marketplace, which makes it more complicated for us. But also, you know, that's better, I think, because it puts other people off. Do we need to register a company before we get a trademark? No, you do not. However, you really should. Again, I'm not an attorney or anything blah blah like that, but it's much smarter to house your trademark in a company than it is to hold it personally. Okay, much smarter to put it into a company long term than it is to house it personally. Long term, because you can get all sorts of tax benefits. Long term, that's a much more advanced conversation that I don't want to put onto a public forum like this. But there are significant tax savings you can make by hosting, or should I say holding is the correct term, holding your trademark in a company versus holding your trademark personally. Significant tax benefits to be had for that. Hey, thanks so much for watching that video, and I hope that you got some massive value from it. Before you go, do you live in Australia? If you do, this is for you. Would you like to learn how to sell things on Amazon here in Australia? Would you like to know what sells really well and what sells for the maximum amount of profit? Would you like to know where you can source those products from, whether that be in China or here in Australia, and how to source them so you pay bottom dollar and get maximum value for what you're doing? If you do, please subscribe to my channel and like this video, and you'll learn that and much more. It's the exact same information that people like Jeff from New South Wales have used to make $45,000 a month on Amazon, that Sue, who's from the sunny coast, has used to purchase herself a brand spankly BMW every single year as a result of her e-commerce business, and the lovely Kate from Bowral in New South Wales has used to make $32,000 a year on a month, not a year, a month on Amazon, and indeed Anthony, who makes $15,000 a month on Amazon, selling, as he puts it, odds and sods. If you'd like to learn the exact same information that they use to maximize their profits for their Amazon businesses, subscribe to this video, like my channel, post below if you want me to teach you something. Okay, I'm out of here. Speak to you soon. Bye. Subscribe. Do it now.